What's up, you majestic what the fucks? This is The Inner Idiot.
Hey Ty, if you wanted to make a podcast, how would you do it?
Spotify Podcasters app, of course. Or hell, even the website.
Do they have any way you can edit audio and help with organizing your episodes?
All that and more. You can reach out to listeners and have feedback with their Q&A feature, and it distributes it to all other major places you listen to podcasts.
I just looked, and they got a video podcast set up and editing tools here too.
So all you got to do is sign up at SpotifyForPodcasters.com or get the app and you're done.
Damn, it's just that easy.
What's up, you majestic what the fucks? It is October 26th, 2000 shitty. We are here in the Dimwits and Dummies studio. This is your host, Tyler Havlin.
And I'm your guest, Shorty Hoffman.
Always. But speaking of the Dimwits and Dummies studio, if you guys have not checked out the Dimwits and Dummies podcast, please do that immediately. It's pretty good. Especially if you're a D&D fan.
Yeah, if you like D&D and nerd shit, that's what we talk about consistently. Me and my other buddy, Automitis. It's a good time.
Definitely a good time. But let me officially introduce my co-host. He sounds like Stevo, and he looks like Jesus. But he ain't a jackass. But he will be your savior if you let him, ladies. The one, the only, Lord Shorty Hoffman. Let's give it up. 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo!
Sounds like Stevo and looks like Jesus. That is actually the first time I've ever heard that combination. I've heard looks like Jesus, but I've never heard sounds like Stevo.
Well, now you've got them both.
Dope. I'm down. I like it.
All right, let's jump into today's top 5. Today's top 5 is 5 presidential slogans that we need.
Okay.
Number 5, Hillary 2020. A year so bad, I will make it suicide itself.
Jesus.
Right?
Jesus.
But if there was ever a year that needed to suicide itself, it is this year.
Yeah, this year can go fucking die, and it would be probably fantastic.
Right. It can go fuck itself till it has a heart attack. Number 4, Barack Obama 2020. Hey, America, have you met my friend Joe?
Oh, okay. Got it. Joe Biden.
Right.
Dope.
Now, number 3 actually is Joe Biden, and it's going to get an honorable mention because I got 2 for him.
Okay.
So, Joe Biden, 2020, been kissing kids and sniffing wigs since 1942.
That's awesome.
And the honorable mention, Joe Biden, 2020, if there's grass on the field, play ball. If not, sniff her hair.
Oh, man. Jesus.
Number 2, dun 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 dun, JFK, 2020. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's right, I'm going to hell.
Oh, that's so good.
And number 1, Trump, 2020. God gave me 2 hands. One for grabbing kitties and one for touching titties.
That's awesome. I like the fact that it rhymes.
Hey, man, it's Trump and Biden, dude. It's so bad.
It is bad.
I promise once the election is over, I will quit talking politics. Not like I really talk politics, but I bring them up.
I'm not educated enough to make a discussion about it.
Neither am I. Like, it'd be like asking a blind man to fucking teach you how to drive.
Word. Yeah. I
mean,
hear that.
It could be fun, but it's probably not the best idea.
It's probably going to kill you.
Yeah. On this day in history, since we are educational and shit, 1858, H.E. Smith patented the rotary motion washing machine.
The rotary motion, so like where it goes back and forth?
Yep.
Kind of deal? Oh, all right, cool.
He made women's lives a lot easier.
Right, because it used to be just that board and like that graded board, wasn't it?
Right.
Like, that was the ordeal.
They actually had wash houses for whole communities. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was next to their well, or like, not well, but like the river and shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And Romans used fermented urine as laundry detergent.
Fermented urine.
Yes, fermented urine. That's crazy. My urine smells so bad. When I pee at work, like I just pee out the back of the truck, man. It smells so
Now,
bad.
you know how, like, fruit smells really good fresh, and then
Right.
fermented, it smells like shit. Do you think, like, urine is the opposite? Because, like, most urine doesn't, like, I've never gone, yes, urine. Like, that's never been a thing for me. So, like, does urine start off bad and then smell good when it gets fermented?
I mean, how long does it take to ferment? Because I have a 3-year-old, right?
Right.
And sometimes I gotta change this little girl's diaper, and the pee diapers even smell so bad.
Sure.
And every once in a while, you'll forget that you laid a pee diaper somewhere, and you'll find it about 3.5 weeks later, and that stuff does not smell any better. I'm telling you.
I don't know. They might have had it down to a science, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, them guys were smart. At least smarter than us.
Yeah.
So, like,
That's a given.
they probably found a way to make it smell good. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. It's pee. I mean, I guess if you ate a lot of fruit, drank a lot of water, which I imagine they were doing back in, grapes and water.
Right.
I mean, I guess your pee could smell kind of wine-ish.
But see, wine doesn't smell
Yeah,
good.
I know. It kind of
Like-
smells. It smells like dog puke.
And I've never understood where people are like, you know, they're sitting there smelling any kind of alcohol, whether it be wine or anything, you know, like, unless it's heavily diluted with, like, fruit and shit, you know, like,
Yeah.
those girly fruity drinks, dude, like, those are bomb, but, like, those are the only ones that smell good, because I've never, like, picked up a beer and go, hops.
Oh God, dude,
No,
it's so bad.
hops smells terrible.
Yeah, it really does. So, 1949, President Harry Truman raised the minimum wage from 40 cents to 75 cents an hour.
Wow.
Like you buy a whole ass pack of gum.
Like now, but, you know, I don't know if you, like, talked to your parents about it or whatever. Like, my dad can recall going to the store with a quarter, buying, like, a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, and a small soda for him.
How old's your dad?
65.
Your dad was getting it in late, wasn't he? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I,
I'm the youngest of 4 kids, man.
I know, that's... 1938, the minimum wage was 25 cents. To now, it is $7.25. This is actually the longest period we've ever gone without the minimum wage being raised. From the little bit of research I did do on it, I have every minimum wage ever. It's a boring read, but I was ready in case you asked.
I appreciate it, dude. So when was the last time we updated minimum wage?
2009.
2009? That sounds about right.
But see, here's the thing. We upped it in 2008. We upped it in 2007. So for 3 years, it gradually went up. Before that, it was 97. I think the biggest gap in between was 81 to 90. 81, it was 335. 90, it was 380. But this is the longest.
Within, like, let's see. Okay, so that's almost a full 20-year period. We went from $3 to $7.
Right.
So
And now
that's
talking,
a $4. That's 115% increase, roughly. Yeah. So we should see that kind of deal right now. So, like, people asking for the minimum wage to be $15, like, that is regular. You know what I'm saying?
But think about it. If minimum wage goes to $15 and our pay doesn't get adjusted, it is going to feel like complete and utter shit.
Well, yeah, people would quit left and right, like their jobs and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, people would instantly. But there would have to be a way to compensate everybody else for doing that. You know what I mean? Like I mean, everybody's justification now is like when you have what is it? If you raise the minimum wage, you just raise the cost of living, cost of products, and everything like that all the way across the board. Well, the cost of products and shit have already gone up.
And continue to go up. It never stops.
And, like, that's why our minimum wage hasn't gone up or anything like that, because everybody's afraid of that happening. Like, motherfucker, it's already going on. You're stupid. Get the fuck out of here.
And insurance is ridiculous. I know where you work. You guys have great insurance, and you've been there for, what, 6-7 years now?
7 years.
So when I was there, the insurance there is top notch. You can't beat it anywhere.
Sure.
Now trying to find insurance as an independent contractor is ridiculous.
Yeah, I believe it. Fuck all that, dude. I have no desire.
Look at how much your company pays. Your company specifically pays you every pay period.
Yeah.
When I was there, they were paying out in a pay period over $500 just for my insurance.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't looked at that, but I imagine I know it's a lot, and like they do the wellness program and all that silly shit just to fucking like help you out a little bit or whatever. Like they take $40 out and then they give you the $40 right back. I don't fucking know why. It just seems like an extra step for no goddamn reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. It really does.
It's pretty fucking wild.
Speaking of this day in history, we need to mark today in our calendars. Today is a very important day. I am wearing brand new, never before worn underwear.
God bless.
I know.
Oh, man.
There is no holes anywhere where they're not supposed to be. There are no stains. They are a pretty color. They're like this cobalt gray, and they got a light gray waistband. Let me tell you what, my nuts feel safe and comfy. It is glorious.
Oh, well, I'm happy for you. It's about time you made a smart investment to cover your balls.
Right? Cover my balls, cover my non-ass. I really have no ass. It's really just two legs. Two leg cheeks that make a leg crack.
I mean, whatever.
There's no ass back here.
It just happens.
It does.
You just get up and run more, you'll develop an ass.
Dude, I run all day long.
We'll start doing squats or something.
Oh,
That's what I would tell every girl that's ever said, like, I wish my ass looked better. I'm like, do squats.
So, speaking of my undies, one of my favorite words in the English language is obviously gooch.
Mm-hmm.
Gooch gravy, gooch grease, gooch goop. Gotta have the man ponds to protect for this thing.
Yeah.
So, there is a place in Georgia called Goochville. It is Goochville, Georgia. It is in Jackson County.
Okay.
It is on the Chestnut Mountains.
All right. Is it just the name is significant? Nothing else happens there?
No, but if you got hoes in different area codes, and one of those area codes is 706 or 762, they're in Goochville.
That's Goochville. Hell
Goochville, and there's a Gooch.
yeah. I feel like there ought to be like a profession just for Goochville.
Right? There's
It ought to be the headquarters of making man ponds. That's what it ought to be.
Yep,
that should be it.
There or Goochland, Virginia.
Goochland, Virginia.
Goochland, Virginia.
That sounds even better.
It really does. I had that in my messages here waiting for me. The population in 2010 in Goochland, Virginia was 861.
Wow, small town.
The community is also known as Goochland Courthouse, or by an alternative spelling, Goochland Courthouse. It's not.
I mean, it's not said any different, it's just alternative spelling.
Yeah, they just separated courthouse, Huh.
But that's funny. I wonder what they're called, like Goochlinians?
Goochland, I don't know. I just call them Gooches.
Gooches?
I'd make a bridge and call it the Fleshy Fun Bridge in and out of town.
The Fleshy Fun Bridge.
That would be the best, man.
I love it.
So, when man ponds finally do come around, they're either going to Goochville, Georgia, or Goochland, Virginia.
We're just going to have to approach whoever we need to and like, hey, we need to set up a factory here for man ponds. I'm like, okay, sure, yeah, whatever. They're like, yes. The plans come together. Hopefully they don't get that pun.
No.
Hopefully they don't. But it'd be great either way.
It would. I want to visit one of these places, though, legitimately, just to see the Gooches. Like, I mean, to live in a place like this, how do you tell somebody that? Like, you're on a dating website, right? Tinder. People are swiping left, right, up, and down, making circles and smiley faces, whatever. So, they swipe. Which way is the good way? You say swipe right because most people are right-handed?
I think so.
All right, so they swipe right on you, and they're like, oh, yeah, he's blah, blah, blah. And then they get to the part where they see you're a gooch because you're from Goochland. Like, that's got to be a good conversation
I would
starter.
say, like, because, I mean, like, Tinder here, like, you can see, like, okay, like, I'm in Erlanger. Okay, this girl's from Florence. This girl's from Cincinnati. This girl's from fucking Westchester, Ohio, whatever. Like, it tells you, like, around here. And I know those names. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, like, I would imagine if you're in that area, unless you're incredibly, like, sheltered from your own, like, community, you would know what Goochland is, or Goochville. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I mean, maybe not, because there's, like, small towns around here that I've never heard of, and I'm like, where the fuck is that? Like, I don't think I ever heard of Cynthiana until I started working where I do now, and people were like, yeah, I'm from Cynthiana, and I'm like, that's a made-up place.
It's so far away.
I know it is.
People drive that far for that fucking... But, dude, I want to see just the fucking... What the dating pool has to offer in the Gooches.
I mean, fuck it, let's go.
I mean, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, sure, I get it.
Like, is it your third cousin's brother's girlfriend? Like, is it some Hills Have Eyes shit? Because it sounds like some Hills Have Eyes shit.
Did you know until this is a what the fuck fact, in the early 1900s, they actually, like, started outlawing getting married to your first cousin? It was only in the early 1900s. It was very recent.
And in Kentucky, you're still allowed to marry what, your second cousin or your third cousin?
Second cousin.
That's so gross.
And the reason why it was a thing is because, like, when you would because your DNA gets so diluted quick enough, like by the time you're cousins or whatever, that it doesn't matter. And like communities were so small and everybody was like compact, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have cars and we weren't as spread out and shit. Your cousin was pretty much your only viable option.
Here's a what the fuck fact for you. Twins, they have kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those kids are not genetically cousins. Those kids are genetically siblings.
Well, yeah, twin. Oh, yeah. The twins have kids. Yeah. They're genetic siblings. Yeah, I've read that.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. But speaking of incest and twins and all that shit, watched a movie over the weekend, the weirdest shit I've ever seen. It was called The Lodgers. It was about 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours long. I caught about 45 minutes of it. It was enough for me. It was these two twins, right? Well, of course, they're twins. There's two of them. Da-da-da. So, boy and girl, they live in this house that their families owned for ages, right? Their parents were twins and siblings. Their parents were twins and siblings.
So what are they doing? Just humping and reproducing
just
kids?
Humping and reproducing twins every goddamn time.
Huh.
It was the weirdest shit.
So we're the kids that the movie were taking place with, like, were they like super fucked up and deformed and shit? Because
No.
bullshit.
I mean, that's where it's movie magic. Like,
Right.
I mean, because you got that lineage. Like, by that time, the Hills don't even have eyes. They're lucky if they got fucking more than one eye.
Right.
That's in the middle of their goddamn forehead.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you've heard of the Kentucky Blue people, right?
No, enlighten me.
Yeah. Dude, I should have done research on it, because if I knew this was the topic, I would have looked it up. But, like...
I didn't know this was the topic
There
until
wa-
about 30 seconds ago.
there's a town somewhere in Kentucky's hills, or it might be West Virginia for all I know, but the people are literally so fucking inbred that their skin is like nigh translucent blue. And like, yeah, it's fucking wild, dude. And there's actually a skin condition, even if you're not like inbred or whatever, that your skin could turn blue, but like this specific region is filled with blue people, like literally blue people. I've looked them up. It's fucking wild, dude. They look like a goddamn giant Smurf. It's fucking weird.
So here's the thing, dude. I hate the UK Wildcats, but now I understand why they yell "Go Blue."
Yeah, go blue, buddy. Fuck
Fucking
your
Kentuckians.
cousin. Fuck your cousin. Fuck your siblings. Yeah, it's fucking wild, dude.
That's fucking and it's called Kentucky Blue People.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna actually research this.
Good. Educate yourself.
I am going to, and we'll probably talk about it next time, just for shits and giggles.
I'm excited.
So am I. I'm a little scared, but excited also.
Oh, don't worry. It's very educational, not scary.
As long as it's nothing like the blue waffle. Oh my god.
No, make sure it's blue people. People, not waffle, because that's bad.
That is bad. Do not Google that, people. First time I ever saw it, I was driving, literally driving, and the person in the car next to me put this picture of a blue waffle in my face, and as I'm driving, I am also puking out the window.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should break on that. Oh, I'm getting sick. You know what time it is. It's time for What the Fuck Facts.
Yay.
Today's What the Fuck Facts are brought to you by nobody. But we're going to bring them to you anyways.
They're brought to you by us.
That's right. Anybody wants to sponsor these What the Fuck Facts, feel free. Anyways, alright, so What the Fuck Fact number 1. 4 babies are born every second.
Every second?
Every second.
You know what's wild is they say that 8 people die a second. So technically we're losing like ground, which is fine. It needs to happen, but
Yeah, definitely.
yep.
Definitely needs to happen. Next one. More than 52% of the world's population is under 32 years old, which, with the two we just discussed, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it completely does.
It really does. So, like, I don't even want to talk about how old I am, but I'm in the 48%.
Yay!
No. Like, I'm on my
stop
downhill. I am on my downhill, man.
You're fine. I thought 50 was the downhill part.
Dude, I'm going to be lucky if I make it past 50.
You'll be fine.
Dude, my mom was like 52 when she fucking circled the toilet bowl. So, like, that means I got, like, another 20 years left in me. Which I'm cool with as long as I live them out well.
Right.
Because death is the only thing that we're promised in life. And really, let's just look at it as a reward.
Just look at some super, just start doing some super fucked up shit, man. Make a weird-ass bucket list.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I'm afraid of a lot of shit, man.
That's part of the bucket list to get the fuck over it. Just do it.
All right. All giant pandas in zoos around the world are on loan from China.
We're doing dirty deals with the Chinese government.
Can you believe that? All pandas. That's kind of like the Queen of England owning all the swans in England, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's weird to me that all pandas are on loan from China. How does that work? Like, what if you just find a giant panda for some reason roaming down the street and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to put this in my zoo. China had nothing to do with that.
Right. Well, I mean, and even the ones that are born here, you know what I'm saying? Like, they breed them and shit. Like, China owns those.
That's crazy. This is one that I should have done a little more research into now that I think about it, but I didn't.
It's all right. Hell, a lot of times I go back and research some of these fucking facts and just like, what the fuck? Like, literally, what the fuck? Like, Google and shit and read up on it.
Indonesia is home to the shortest people in the world. And they're clocking in at 5 foot 1.8 inches.
Yay! I need to go there so I can feel like a giant.
How tall are you? Like 5'6"?
5'6", 5'7", depends on the doctor who measures me.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, number 2 on that list is Bolivia with 5 foot 2.4 inches.
5'2". That's the average, right? The national average.
National average.
Cool. Because I think like the United States, like I think our national average is 5'8", 5'9" for men anyway, like fully grown men in the between 18 and 35. It's like 5'9", 5'10". Okay. So
I'm above average.
Yeah.
I'm 5'12" on a good day, 6 foot on a bad day. Took you a second?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, that's the same. Hold on a second.
The world's quietest room is found in Microsoft's headquarters.
The world's quietest room?
The world's quietest room. Again, I should have researched this one too, because now that I say it out loud, it sounds interesting.
Well, see, like, they have, like, what is it? Senses deprivation rooms and shit for, like, astronauts and whatnot. To where, like, it's void, like, it's a big water tank, and you go in there, it's completely fucking black. It's no sound whatsoever. And, like, granted, it is just a tube, like, a little tube you sit in. That way, like, the water makes you feel a little weightless or whatever. And I think that it's, like, a high salt concentricity. Yep. That way you, like, literally are, like, the buoyancy is way off or way different. So, like, it literally gives you the sense. And, like, people have said it's mind-changing. Like, mind-blowing.
Yeah, there's a couple that are close to here.
Really?
Yep.
Dude, I'd love to fucking do it, man. That sounds like cool. Something cool.
I know a couple people that have done it. They literally said they felt their stress just melt away. You get in this pod, and they close this pod, and you're just floating in this fucking water for, I think it's an hour to 3 hours, depending on, obviously, what you pay. Mm-hmm. But it's supposed to be, like, the most therapeutic shit there is.
See, now I want to do it.
I think I'd go nuts. I think you'd actually get some good sleep.
Yeah. I'd probably drown.
I don't think you can drown in them. I think they're meant to be set up to where you can sleep in them, and they probably have you set up to, like, some kind of heart monitor or something.
Sure.
Something to be able to tell what the fuck's going on with
Maybe.
you.
I don't know, but I'm down. I'm going to look into it.
Here's another population one. The entire world's population could fit inside of Los Angeles. Shoulder to shoulder, the entire population can fit there.
Like the United States population or the world?
The world.
The world in Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles.
See, I find that exceedingly hard to believe because, like,
shoulder to shoulder.
You think India, like, you think them crammed ass motherfuckers,
China?
Like, yeah. Well, China's huge, but like, well, China, like, Beijing's really cramped. Tokyo is stupid cramped.
Tokyo's Japan.
I know it is, but
Okay.
I'm just saying, like other parts of the world that's stupid cramped, like
Geographies.
yeah, geographies, the planet. I ain't good at maths. No.
Oh, maths, science, and geographies. That's what we're here for, people.
Yeah, we're gonna educate you on stuff we don't know anything about.
Fucking A. Yeah, so, like, that's kind of mind-boggling, though. I mean, Los Angeles, it is big.
Yeah, and there's a fuck ton of people in it.
Right. But, I mean, I guess when you start putting people shoulder to shoulder, how many people can pack into a stadium? It's like 500,000.
It depends on the size of the stadium. I know U.S. Bank is like 250,000 people can fit in it.
In U.S. Bank Arena? Mm-hmm. And that's actually on the smaller sides of arenas.
Yeah, it's not big.
So, like, the Horseshoe in Columbus, I want to say that's, like, upwards of 500,000.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, when you look at it that way, I mean, I guess it could be done. It's still a mind-boggling fact.
Because you're talking billions of people.
Yeah, it's like 7.8 billion, I want to say.
Yeah, in the world.
I'm probably wrong, but it sounds good.
I don't know.
We'll fact check that. Don't worry. We'll come back to that next episode. All right, next one. More people visit France than any other country. In 2017, roughly 87 million people visited France.
Makes sense. I mean, fuck, it's the romance capital of the world. So, I mean, couples go there, you know, whatever.
Paris.
It's got a long line of history, really, like, some really cool architecture. I mean, It makes sense that would be it.
I would like to go, but number 2 on this list, I would actually rather go to, and that is Spain. And in 2017, roughly 82 million people visited Spain. 5 million difference. That's a big number.
What's in Spain? Like, I mean, other than, like, a lot of history and shit like that, but...
I honestly don't know.
Well, what's your draw to it? Why would you...
I don't know. It just seems more... this is spicy.
Spicy.
I just said spicy.
Literally spicy, yes.
I just felt my vagina grow about 3
Oh,
inches.
stop it.
It was so spicy. Oh, Lord, yeah. So, yeah, 87 million people roughly 2017. So that means 2018, there had to have been more, but 2019 probably more. But this year, 2000 shitty. Big cunt. All right, this one is really neat. This one took up a whole cue card.
Ooh.
So, the world's most densely populated island is the size of 2 soccer fields. It's about 2 acres.
Okay.
We're not talking about kids' soccer fields. We're talking about, like, regulation soccer fields. So, think about that. When I tell you how many people live on this island, and when I tell you some of these numbers, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
Okay. So, I got soccer field in my head. How many people?
All right, it is off the coast of Colombia.
Okay.
It's a bunch of words I can't pronounce
Gotcha.
to explains it. But, so, it has 4 main streets on it, 10 neighborhoods.
What?
Yes. 500 people and 155 houses. 2 soccer fields.
Man, like, are these the size of mud huts or what? Like,
I have no clue.
because I'm thinking, like, my house in which we are sitting. Like, you'd probably get maybe 4... Okay. You'd probably be able to get 50 of these. But, I mean, you were talking, like, a 1.5 feet between each fucking house.
This is also Colombia, and we live in America. So one of the things you have to take into consideration is everything is bigger in America. Anywhere else you go, apartments are smaller, houses are smaller, bathtubs, for fuck's sake, are smaller. So take that in consideration. This house, a normal house in another country, this is considered the normal house in the U.S. A normal house in a different country is going to be about half the size of this. So if these are just like maybe apartments, I would have to look up more into it. But
Yeah,
still.
that blows my mind. Like, the 4 streets
And 10
makes it.
neighborhoods.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Like, my neighborhood is the size of, like, 5 soccer fields.
You think that's it? 5 soccer fields. A soccer field is about an acre.
From one end of that street, well, 1 acre is a soccer field.
Yeah.
So, well, what does fucking cue card say? It's, what did you say? It's fucking, roughly what? How many acres?
2. It's about 2 acres.
About 2 acres.
It
Yeah.
is a man-made island also.
Okay, well, see, that doesn't... Let's see. My property is 1... It is 6-8 acres.
Oh my God! So you're talking about 4 of these at max?
Yeah.
Holy fuck! How the fuck you fit in 10 neighborhoods on that?
Fuck. That's wild to me. Like, I think my neighbors are too close and we got 30 feet between us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's half the fucking island.
That's half of the island, right? Like, whoa, guy, like, wow, look, Jim moved really far away. 80 feet.
Oh,
fuck that.
Could you imagine masturbating on the island?
Yeah, there is no such thing as privacy. How many
No.
people were on it? 500, you said?
500 people.
500 people.
155 houses.
Jesus.
That's a lot of people in one place. And we're talking about small places, too. Because do the math on that. That's like 3 people a place almost.
Yeah.
That is... In some small, cramped-ass shit. It's probably like a set of parents and a kid. But still. Oh, man. Speaking of masturbation, you ever been like 60 strokes in and somebody tries to FaceTime you and you accidentally answer it?
I've never accidentally answered it, but I have had people like call me and shit. And
Like,
I'm
you're watching...
You are literally ruining my time right now.
You're watching it on your phone. You're like 10 strokes away from where you need to be. And boom, pops up your grandma's face on your phone. Or somebody from work. That's horrible. Way to kill the mood.
Yeah. I've had a girl answer her phone.
Really?
Yeah, like we're sitting there going at it or whatever, and like her phone rings and it's not a big deal, but it's her fucking mom. She goes, "Hold on," tells me to stop for a second, answers it, tell her she's busy, and then hang up. I'm like, why the fuck did you answer? Like, stop doing what you're doing. Put that fucking phone down.
Did her mom have a special ringtone? Like,
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say, how else would she know it was her mom?
Yeah, her phone's like off on the fucking like, nightstand or whatever, and just like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then her fucking phone rings, and I'm just gonna ignore it. Like, I'll reach over and silence it. You know what I'm saying?
I won't even do that. It just adds extra music.
Whatever. But no, it was like, she was like, hold on, like, you throwing me off my game here. Like, you threw off my groove. And I'm like, nah.
At that point, I'm standing up, putting my pants on. I'm headed out.
Yeah. You ruined it. You ruined the moment.
Well, I think that's all we got today, man.
That's it?
I think that's it.
Damn.
So you know what that means. In the meantime,
In the between time.
always remember, it ain't wet from sweat. Cue the music. We out.